All right, good evening, everyone. Doing out work here. So I'm gonna just kind of create this short video to show everyone um, how to create a remote repository and also how to connect Eclipse so that you can upload, commit and push your local file to the remote repository. And one thing that I want to make sure you understand, you want to ensure that you are running, you create your local repository. And the reason for that is because as a best practice, you never want to work in, in your source code. You don't want to be making any changes to the source code or to your baseline. You definitely want to do everything in your local repository. You make your changes, you review your code, you test it locally, and when everything works, then you can push it. Another thing that I want to make clear that you understand as a best practice, because if you're not working in the industry, those that are in the industry, they definitely know this. You definitely want to create a new branch. Every time you're developing a new feature or you are working in code, debugging, etc., you want to create a new branch. Why is a best practice? You don't want to be messing around with the master branch. You don't want to be that person that screwed up somebody else's work. So therefore, those are kind of like advice, but those are like best practice that you're gonna see through your entire career as a software developer and also working in team collaboration. So the first thing I'm gonna show you is all right. So now what you can see here, I already have a repository created. So but the way you can see this is you can check the project that I have, and also you can go to repositories and you can check all the repositories I have. You can click and create a repository. And this is all the information that you have to create the repository. Okay, I already have that created. I'm gonna do it again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the test repository that I have, and I'm gonna go now into Git. This is Git in case you didn't have it. So I wanna know, where I am. So who am I right now? So this is my main location. As you can see there, user slash Denwin. So this is normal for any project that you're gonna do. It doesn't have to be specific to like a school project or anything. This is anything that you wanna do to submit your local file to Bitbucket. Okay. So these are all the files that I have, or the different locations that I have. So I wanna put this new folder in my local, and I wanna put this folder into basically where I want to have all my files. Okay. So let me see what's going on here. Desktop. Mm, why is not going into the desktop? Let me check something quick. Wait, it's clear now. Sorry about that. But so yeah, I clear the screen so you can see clearly here. CD, and I just want to see everything that I have. It's at a different directory. So I want to go to the my home directory. So I want to make sure that I make my home directory and that you can follow through. Okay. All right, so let me see. Uh, ls to show more, and let me go directly to the folder that I created. Okay, so this is my home directory. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a folder here. Okay, the folder is gonna be called repos. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to look, get into the directory, and I'm gonna put the file that I have from the one that I downloaded. I'm gonna put this file right now is empty, so I'm gonna copy this in the background into this directory because what I want to do is to ensure that I have all my files in here before I try to commit and push that into my repository. Okay, so I'm gonna do now is I'm going to clone right with the git clone command. So I'm going to clone my remote repository. Okay. So I copy that. Now I go back into Git And in Git, what I'm gonna do is you can right click on it if you want it. So what I'm doing here, I want to just paste it. So when I do this, I paste it. So basically what I want to do now is clone that remote repository so that I can have basically I can connect my local to my remote, right? And then that way I can upload it um, directly to Bitbucket. Okay, so now it's doing all the cloning. So you hit enter, it's doing all the cloning in the background. This means here that it's already completed. Okay, it has been completed. So I can refresh here. If you can see, there's nothing here yet because I haven't commit and push any file yet. So right now I'm just cloning, I'm just connecting everything, local and remote repository. Okay, so now what I want to do is to ensure that I have everything copied into this repo um, folder. So let me clean the screen. ls. So I have this test, which is the one, which is basically that repository that I have. Okay. So because I already cloned it, so that test is in my local repository folder that I created called repos. Okay. So let me basically let me check something quick here if to ensure that I copy all those files. So what I did now, I copy the file that I downloaded, ls, this is a folder that I have, it clicks, example calculator. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add it into my remote repository. So if you see there, one of the things that you want to look into is I did git status to give me the status of those folders, and then I push it, and this is what it is. Okay, now I'm going to create another repository so that you can see from like zero everything. That way you learn it. So the first thing we're gonna do now is we're gonna create a new repository from zero. So that way you understand the whole process. I'm going to create a new folder called test remote. That's my new folder that I'm going to create. Okay, it's there. Now I'm going to log in, or not log in, but just to get into that repository that I have. Okay. Okay, this is run. I forgot the forward slash here. So now I'm there, test remote, and if you see it is empty right now. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm gonna go into my Bitbucket and I'm going to repository and I'm gonna click create repository. Okay. If you see here, you can go to the project, select the project and repository name. So repository name, I'm gonna put test repository for now. And the project, you can pick any of those that you already created or can create a new one. I'm gonna keep it into the test project, which is fine. And everything should be the same. So you click create repository, that should be all done. Now you see this test repository, it is my remote. Now I need to clone it as I did before. So this is my new repository now that's being created. So I'm gonna click and clone and I'm gonna just click this copy and the same thing as before. I'm gonna right click in here, paste, and I'm just gonna hit enter. So what is that's gonna do is gonna clone my remote repository with my local. So that's kind of like connecting both. So that now I have access to that. And whatever it is in my remote repository, I should have access now running my git command locally. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is you see there's no file, there's nothing here. So I'm gonna just create a file. Okay. So you see there, this is the folder test repository that is in my remote. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get into that repository right now, and now I am in the master. This is empty. Okay, that's my master folder. So basically, I am working in the master folder. That's why you have to be careful playing around with the master because this is your repository that you have. Basically, it is what you have in there in your remote. So I'm gonna create this file. So I'm gonna create, echo. This is a new file, and I'm gonna call the name of this file. Um, let's see, new file that txt. Okay, that's the name of the new file. That's what is creating that with that information inside the file. So I hit enter, I stay there, and now what I'm gonna do is, get status. Just give me the status of that. Let me see what happened. It's in the it's on branch master, your branch is up to date with the origin master. But if you say it says on track file, so this file hasn't been pushed yet, it hasn't been committed. And if you see there, you say git add. So you say git add to add that file into your repository. Okay, into like you're gonna add that into the kind of like you're gonna stage it. That's what it is. You're gonna kind of like stage this file. So now I have done this. It is already ready to go. It's already a stage. Okay, I want to add this file, but I want to add this file not only into my local. I want to push this file to my remote repository. So the file it's there. Okay, so I'm gonna do git status just to see how it is or what it is, the status of this file. So the file it is there, but the file hasn't been committed. So I need to commit this file. Okay, and then I need to push the file. So what I'm gonna do now is let me clear the screen because a lot of stuff going on here. Let me clear the screen. ls just so you can see the file still there. So I'm gonna say git commit. So I want to commit. I want to get this file ready, but I want to put like a message. So hyphen m and then you don't put a quote. You just put kind of like you just put actually the column, right? And then you say the initial commit. You can put whatever message you want. You hit enter, and that file is already committed. Okay. So now what do we want to do? Okay, it's already committed. It's still not. It's committed. It's like ready in my local, but it's not. It's not in my remote repository. If I refresh my screen, it's still empty. So now what I need to do is after I do the commit and I have my initial message, I need to get this file ready for my remote repository. And the way you do this, you know, you just go, you can do git status just to see what everything is. So this is a working tree clean. So that means everything has been ready to go. It's ready to be pushed. Just hit git push and you hit enter. And this is going to take a few seconds to tell you, okay, this is what it is. You push this document. It's been ready to go. It is in the master. Everything is done. Now, the way you do this, you can go back again, git status, and it's going to tell you there, hey, it is clean. There's nothing to commit. Everything has been pushed. Now, the way you can confirm that, refresh your remote repository, and guess what? It is there. That new file is there. You click in there, and this is the message that I put inside. So any message that you want, any file that you want to push, this is the same way you do it. Whether you create a file or whether you download the file and unzip the file, this is all set. There is nothing else you have to do. Okay, so I hope this message, I hope it's been very helpful for you. And you can continue, you can use Git if you want. Instead of using a clicks and, because sometimes it gives you a lot of problem, this is all done. You don't have to worry about it. So thank you very much. I hope this is very helpful for you. And